episode 4 of season 3. Hopefully guys have been enjoying the series so far. And you know, I did say last episode that I didn't know if it was the Italians or the Russians that did indeed take out Grace, but I have gone back and I've you know, been editing the episode, and I did hear somebody shout it's for Angel or for Engel. You know, it was Vincente's son, obviously that was his name, so it does confirm that the Italians did obviously kill Grace. So now that puts it to bed for me. Obviously I didn't hear that the first time because I was caught up in, whoa, do you know what I mean, what's going on, crazy emotions. But now obviously I've gone back and done the edit and I heard it, and it definitely was the Italian. So Tommy was right to capture Vincente last episode and try to kill him to obviously get revenge. Now we've seen Tommy struggling kind of actually to do the deed. He wanted to rip him from limb to limb, you know, cut his ears off, cut his tongue off, cut his toes off, cut his fingers off, make him suffer for what obviously he'd done to Grace, but he couldn't actually do it. He's like, come on Tommy, get it together, you are Tommy, remember who you are. And Arthur was the one that put him out his misery, and he just shot him in a bit of mercy. And then he ended up saying to Tommy, look, we didn't kill his wife, she was our teacher at school, she hasn't done anything wrong. Yeah, she's married to this guy, but we told her to get on that boat and go to America and start a new life. Now, speaking of America, Tommy is, well, he's offered Ada a place to, you know, like, be the head of their new American office when they do expand over there. Now, Father Hughes, he doesn't want Tommy speaking to Ada at all. He went to speak to her in the library. He confronted him, he kidnapped him, put Tommy in a cell. He said, look, mate, we're the guys who are ahead of you. We're more powerful. Go and speak to your sister again. We'll kill her. We've got connections all over the place. We're high up in the government. You know, as you go home, check under your son's pillow. There's something there. And he went home and there was a card and it did say rest in peace. Charles, I think it said, and then obviously it was a crematorium kind of like card to call. So it just shows that he can get into places. Well, Tommy's done his own digging. You know, he's gone, he's found the tanks, obviously he's inspecting them, he's getting his actions, his motions put in place for a strike, you know, so that he can maneuver obviously the tanks out, so they can move, well, the armoured vehicles, and they can move them to the direction that the Russians want him to. Now, he thinks that there's a spy inside their camp. He's gone digging. Ada's given him some information. It's found out it is Father Hughes. As he's turned up to the house, the Russians, to have a meeting, he sat down. He said, look, I'm not hungry. I'm here to talk business. He said, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. He laid it all down on the line. He said, I'm going to incur some extra additional expenses. So this is the sum. Wrote it down on a piece of paper that I think you'll be happy to pay with. And he's passed it over to you know, the head of the table, the Duchess, and she's got it. The card actually says, you know, I've got information, I've got secrets. It didn't say a figure. And then as he was leaving the room, he said, I'm not going to eat here with Father Hughes sat right in front of me. And then he walked off. And then obviously the princess, whatever you want to call her, Duchess, she ran out. She was speaking to him. And Tommy said, look, mate, he's the guy that's passing information. He's the spy that's within your camp. He's passing it to the Soviet Union. He's the guy that's going to take your operation down. And if you want, I'll offer for free to kill him. Just give me the green light and I'll take him out. So I'm excited to see how that goes. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hopefully, guys, do enjoy it. If you do, please smash a like. It really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into episode 4 of season 3 of Peaky Blinders.
Arthur! John! Finn! Come here. This letter says her dad's dead.
He was in Boston, in a bar called the Mickey Free. 2 men waiting in an alley. He was shot twice.
Who's Rosie Rice?
Some fucking whore.
She's a woman who took the trouble to write to us. The only thing he ever taught us was how to kill and cut a stag. John, I have to say this.
He did try and rob him,
Name
didn't
a
he?
new baby after him if you like.
No.
Arthur, I won't even ask. So his name dies. It's been in the family for a long time, but now it's gone.
I wanted to say this out here, because I don't trust the maids in the house.
There's going to be a robbery.
I wish to confess.
There's no confessional today.
The name's Shelby.
You've been drinking.
Couldn't sleep. Tried to get enough damage to get myself to sleep, but
What does the voice say?
murder.
It's in my head. Who else would it be talking to?
And are you a murderer?
If you're talking about the law, then yes.
I do the things I do so that my son doesn't have to do them.
Taking of any human life is a mortal sin.
No, the unjust taking of a human life is a mortal sin. No, there is another life to be taken.
Does this way of excusing a murder still work?
If the life that is going to be taken is a consecrated man.
Can he keep that conversation quiet, or can he go to the police that somebody's murdered someone? I don't know, like the things about the church.
For about the combination?
24-8-22.
How do you know the paper cash combination?
Tommy talks in his sleep. And actually, I am sleeping with Tommy, okay? Now and then. Because he wants to, now and then, when the mood takes him.
Who the fuck wants to buy 27 stolen armored cars?
A foolish man.
And how much is this foolish man paying?
150,000. Well, with profits on this scale, we'll be in a position to stop the off-track business for good.
A man who wants to live a clean life. Here you are, signing up for the biggest robbery of all. I have to hand it to you, Tom. You're a smart man.
You in or out, Charlie?
How do we know this foolish man will hand over the diamonds when we're done?
We don't.
Arthur said he'd be short-staffed today because they're on a works outing.
Piss up, actually.
I'll make tea and empty ashtrays, but I won't handle money or slips.
Who's Jessie Eden?
She's bringing all the female workers in the spot welding and wire cutting shops out on strike for the day. A protest at being made to work on a holy day. All oppressed female workers welcome.
Them bastards down there shooting deer. Me 5 months gone, sat here like a pudding.
Ladies, I honestly believe those who march on Good Friday will have God on their side.
I'm not in the mood today.
They're all marching. Women's rights, go for it.
To the ballroom.
Them two are pregnant there, aren't they? You've got John's and Arthur's, both of them.
You said the priest is a traitor.
Yeah.
We need to know how you know.
Proof is my word. If he's involved, I'm out. He needs to die.
The royal court in Tbilisi actually worked very efficiently.
Huh?
There were no rules there. Deals were done. Brothers gave sisters, aunts gave uncles, fathers gave daughters and servants. It was my aunt's idea that I came alone. My aunt assumed you would want me as part of the deal.
Tommy, you ain't gonna believe this, man. I just found a garrison, right? I just spoke to Billy. He says Polly, Esme and Lizzie have gone on fucking strike.
See, Good Friday is one of our best days for takings. All the men get drunk. The races are all fixed. And it was Linda's idea.
It was Linda's idea.
There's a Bentley on the drive outside. I want you to go out, put a nail in its tire. It's Good Friday, so there'll be no garages open. The lady will have to spend the night.
You want to put a nail?
Yeah, you heard me.
Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Yo, she's intimidating though, I like it. Do you know what? I do like it. I always say I like a strong, like, female partner, like in crime. Now, that's why Polly's pretty decent, to be fair. You know, she's quite strong, but obviously, she can't just be the only one. I wanted, like, the females to rise up with the family, Ada. You know what I mean? I wanted John's wife there, get up there, and obviously Polly to, like, rock it. And now, obviously, we've got Arthur as well with a new girlfriend, a new missus there, getting pregnant. I want them to be the power, as well as obviously the one that Tommy's kind of sleeping with as well, his receptionist. But now this girl's coming, you could tell straight away that she has got a bit of aura around her. Her presence feels different, and that's what I do like to see. Now, obviously, I'm hoping that, like, all the females that are introduced are not just, like, Tommy's just thing for the season. Do you know what I mean? We've had Grace, then we had May, and then we had Grace kind of again, and now she's gone, and now we've got this one. And, like, I'd rather somebody stick, but who knows, mate. You know, I am interested with it and where we're going.
We came back early.
Polly didn't finish the count yesterday.
So you thought you could take a tenner?
I thought I'd finished the count.
Mate, I told you, stay off the snow till the baby's born.
It does go passes the time, knocks down the walls.
Remember that house in Litchfield? Hey, the one the bailiff used to throw you out of? I want to buy that fucking house. Big as Tommy's and more land.
This is not your bedroom. This is not where you slept with your wife.
She ride horses.
I would need to open my legs in a public place, and that is not allowed.
So, diamonds are your only love, eh?
They're just a currency. I swear, she puts one of the biggest sapphires into her body for pleasure and walks up the stairs to breakfast with it still in place. I'm like a telegram.
Telegram, I don't think your English is so good.
Or maybe you should listen more carefully to what I have to say. In a house like this. Right now you hide inside it like a boy who's broken in through the window. Why do we come to a bedroom for this?
A loaded fucking weapon.
We could fuck by the fire with the maid standing to attention and watching, huh? What can they do?
Give it here.
Nothing. There are no rules for you. Who do you want me to be? Your dead wife?
Oh, that's enough. Give me the fucking gun.
You don't like something, you say stop and it stops. Get the chamber except for
One bullet. I knew it, man. Russian roulette.
This is a game we used to play.
I'll fucking do this. No. Look at me. Don't do this.
No! Give me that fucking thing.
That's some mad intense shit, that, innit? It's crazy.
I need to educate you on how to run a house like this.
Go back back to bed. Do as I say.
If there's a call after midnight, the maid who comes in is the one in love with the master, but she isn't.
This is not fucking Russia.
I know your weakness, Tommy. It's freedom.
It's pretty good, that, actually. I did like it. Just before we go into that, right? Well, first of all, I thought that was a really good scene. I actually did like it. I feel like she's unpredictable. I do like unpredictable characters, mate. I didn't expect any of that to go on, especially that Russian roulette. And my question is, how much would I have to put on the table for you to participate in that game? If someone said to me, look, yeah, there's 10 million here right on the table, and there's obviously 1 bullet in a 5-bullet chamber. Spin it, shoot it. If you survive, that 10 mil's yours. Nope. That 50 mil's yours. Nope. Do you know why? Because I would just rather live a normal, happy life, yeah, than risk it for a bit of... Well, it's not a bit, actually. Do you know what I mean? You risk it, you get that reward. You get that reward, mate. You get absolute mills. Your life's done and dusted. Happy as Larry. But it's also could be gone just like that. You could be dead instantly. So, to me, it's not worth it. But to people, you know, it's worth playing. Imagine that exhilaration you would feel like after you press that and you know you're still here. You literally, like, the adrenaline that would be going through you is mental. And then knowing that you've received all this money as well. Do you know what I mean? I get it, but I would never take part. I would never, ever take part.
I found her perfume. Put it on.
She's mad, ain't she?
What proof do you have that the priest is a spy?
I told you. I gave you my word.
Then kill him. From now on, you must do everything that you want to do.
That was a like, the whole thing was good.
She took your car.
She what?
She was in a terrible hurry.
Why the hell would you listen to her, eh?
The way she said it's
Authority. It's a power. It's an aura. I can feel it. I can feel it watching it.
From what she said when she was out of her fucking mind, I'm pretty certain the treasury is underneath the house. What have you got?
All right, I got this from the British Library using our scholar's pass.
Their butler drinks at a pub called the Mason's Arms. Get to him, tell him who we are, offer him some money if he gives the kid a job in the house. Offer him one of the pubs we took off the Italians. If he works in the house for 4 weeks, keeps his ears open.
No, actually, the crowd round me was bigger than the crowd round Jesse Eden.
Who's Jesse Eden?
She's the new best friend.
Shop steward at the Lucas factory.
A woman shop steward, I've heard of her.
There's a leaflet here if you want to take a look, Tommy.
Ladies, why don't I talk to Tommy privately and then I'll report back to you faithfully?
I can't trust Esme. I can't trust the fucking Russians to pay me what they owe me. And I can't trust my own brother to keep his fucking mouth shut.
Did you make progress last night? John said the girl looks like Edna Purviance from the pictures. When you grieve, you make bad choices. I know.
No more fucking politics. It can kill us. All right? Joke or no joke?
Did you tell Arthur about the priest?
I only told you.
That's interesting that Arthur doesn't know that the priest is, is a spy. It's going to be interesting to see what he does, because I think that he kind of actually likes this woman, but it is true. If they're going to do the deal with the Russians to take the money, and then they're going to hit the Russians and try and take their inventory, their stock, their sapphire, diamonds, rubies, whatever's. Do you know what I mean? What's his end goal with the female as well? Does he like her, does he not? Or is he trying to play her? Because I do feel like he's kind of fallen for a little bit. So, again, another one that's going to be interesting to see.
She said there was going to be a killing. A holy man.
She was with the Shelbys, was she?
She don't even know about the plan either, Polly, does she?
I believe Arthur has told you about some business we're planning, Linda.
Oh, there's always business, Thomas.
And your plan is still to reform him, eh?
To the absolute degree of redemption.
Well, Arthur will walk away from this with £30,000. We made a deal. And afterwards, you and Arthur can begin your new life.
Third of 150 is 50.
Why third?
The three brothers, Finn is not yet a man.
There are expenses.
25,000, you said.
As of last night, the expenses increased. We need to dig a hole.
25 from 150 is 125. A third of that is £41,000.
She's getting in too deep, but she's right, though, when you do the maths.
If it were
I've already
41,000...
told you. That'll be Arthur's decision. Can't imagine he'll accept less than 41.
Arthur Shelby, as a missionary.
No, Arthur will run the store. I will teach in the school next to it. Arthur will swim in the ocean. I will be on the beach with the towel. The open air and the sun will get rid of all the nonsense in his head from France.
When is the child due?
September. And the timing's perfect. Book a passage to the Panama Canal the day after the 41,000's paid to Arthur.
Going mad in here, do you think?
Yes. We shouldn't have drunk red wine with the cake. I think when men want sex, they become hilarious. Like a dog when you pick up a lead.
You haven't even picked up
the bloody lead.
Hey, that is true. I bet he knows Tommy's there. Oh, that would have hurt. The thing is, Tommy shouldn't have done it here. It was a crap place to go after him.
Nearly killed him. I told you we needed him fully conscious. We need to stop using soldiers who've been in India. How are you attempting to kill Father Hughes?
You trying to kill me, were you?
Passing information. Fuck. He knows.
Still think that location was crap to go after him, but whatever.
I am passing on information to the Soviet embassy on the instruction of Section D. You explain to the Russians that you are mistaken about me. We will take your son. We have people in your life.
I can't wait for this guy to get killed.
Make your apology to me.
It's stressing me out.
Night.
Oh, I can't wait for him to die. He's built up his annoyance really well.
Sir, I should call a doctor.
There'll be some men coming down from Birmingham, and you put them up here in the house. You put them in the front and the back of the house. Tell David to bring the car around when I go to London.
Or I tell them that do you know what I would do is I tell them that I was going to apologise in advance, but it's an absolute lie. You know, I'd have to try and say something like, mate, they know that we know that they're spies and they're coming after me, so now I'm going to have to do this and that to make it look like we're not going to go after them. And then when they're not expecting it, strike. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, Arthur. They want the robbery to be sabotaged. They don't give a fuck who gets out.
Are you okay, Tommy?
All right, it's a bigger picture now. What? Ada, it's me, it's Tommy. I need you to speak to one of your comrades and get me a meeting with someone from the Soviet embassy.
Drink, Mr. Shelby.
No, thank you. It was drink that caused half this trouble.
Already explained that you now realize that your absurd allegation against me was false. Do you remember the words of the act of contrition? As your penance, I would like you to recite it now, in the presence of our associates.
Surely they must know it's a proper setup. Look at him coming in already, like beaten up, and then this guy already expressing what's going on.
Father Hughes, I'm heartily sorry for having offended you. Because of your just punishment, but most of all because they offend you. Father Hughes, we're all good and deserving of my love.
Now that we are a united band once more, perhaps we could order some food.
Oh my God, Tommy.
Are they here?
Yeah?
Do you ever okay?
No.
An exiled White Russians are planning to rob armored cars from a factory in Birmingham.
We know about the robbery. We have an informant.
No, your informant is working for them. They want you to know about the robbery.
Why would they want us to know?
They want you to stop the robbery. They want you to commit a violent act on British soil.
Why are you telling us this?
Because my family are the ones who will be sacrificed.
That's actually really interesting. So he's not a spy. He's a spy and a spy. It's like a double agent.
It's promised to not to lie down. If I'm not conscious when I get there, tell them I have a fractured skull.
Right. The interesting thing is, when you look at it, is that I didn't expect the Father Hughes to be working with them, actually. So it sounded like, you know, he was saying at first he was getting it and he was passing the information over to the enemies. So obviously he was a spy inside and he needs to take him out. Pretty much that's what Tommy was saying to Tatiana. Give me the green light, give me the go ahead, and I'll take him out. Now it looks like the information has come to light, that he's found out that they know that he's passing the information. They want him to pass the information. Now, whether Father Hughes knows that, but I think he does, because when Tommy was laid down, he said it's a bigger picture. You know what I mean? It's part... What did he say it was? He said it was a code name or something. He said it's part of a group, a facility, and it's part of a bigger plan. And basically, he was insinuating that they're giving me information, so I give them the information, but they're giving me false information. So then we're playing both sides pretty much. So when the robbery does happen, we want them to stop and attack. And then by doing that, then it's going to break the relationship between I'm assuming the UK and the Russians, the embassy, and then it's going to start like a little war between them. Now, I do think it's really interesting how people do play both sides. That father, Father Hughes, man, his position must be scary for him anyway. Literally, his life is on the line. Tommy nearly killed him, managed to get there first, and obviously they beat him up. He's put him in this state. But it's interesting that he's proper on to Tommy, isn't he, mate? Literally, he's there. He's saying that I'll go after your son. Again, it's one of them. I'll go after your son. We're higher, we're stronger, we're more powerful than you. We've got people in all corners. Everywhere you look, we've got somebody there. You think you can attack me? Nope, we've got somebody watching you. I've got people inside. I'm sure he said we've got people inside your camp that are passing information to us. Now, again, if that's true, that'd be interesting. Imagine that it was Arthur's missus. I don't think it is, but again, speaking about her, it's interesting. Tommy's like, he's going to get 30k. She's like, 30k? No chance, mate. He said you're going for a 150 grand mission or something. There's like 5 of you. You split it. You got this and that. And, Thingy's younger, John, so like Arthur should get more. We're coming out with 41k. Once we get that 41k, we're moving away. We're going to America. We're setting up our business on the beach, We've already got papers signed and all that stuff. Now, I don't think that's going to happen, clearly. We're on season 3. There's 3 more seasons. But it's going to be obviously interesting to see how this goes, because obviously they was planning to do that mission, but then they was planning to obviously hit the Russians for the remaining balance because they don't believe that they can pay up, and they're going to take them and steal what they're all pretty much, which I kind of get from Tommy's perspective. It does make a lot of sense, but now it's like they're being double played, double, and I mean, it's really interesting. Okay, so that's going to wrap up today's episode. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. So a question that I want to know is, does Tatiana know that this, obviously Father Hughes, is kind of like a double spy working for them? I thought she was really good this episode, to be honest. I thought that she was intimidating. I thought that she demands, like, not respect, but like her personality, I feel like it's dead big. Not like, I think it's bigger than Grace's anyway, bigger than May's. I feel like she dominates like the room when she decides that she wants to do this and do that, and like I feel like she does kind of understand Tommy in a way that we haven't seen others kind of understand him. Not that like she's amazing, she knows everything about him, but like on a level in terms of like business, like how to experience loss and like situations that he's been put in, I feel like she has a really good understanding of it. She used some scenarios really well. Tommy, I think, actually does like her a little bit. Just like them when she took Tommy's car and said, he can get the Bentley fixed and use that. And why'd you let her take the car? Well, it's the way she said it. She come down convincing, dominant, strong. Like, I felt like that's what you wanted her to do. She said that and I believed it. Do you know what I mean? Like, dominating the thing. Now, it's interesting, obviously, Arthur's missus, like Linda, she's saying that there's a women's revolution and there's people obviously protesting and going on strike in the streets, and obviously all the women in Tommy's factory, Shelby Company, have decided, tell you what, yeah, we're going to go on strike as well. They've gone out there, we've got Polly shouting, getting more crowds, and it seems like, I don't know, was it an MP or something like that? I could imagine that as well. She's probably voicing her opinion on everything, but she said that she couldn't remember it. But it's interesting that, Linda's kind of knowing a lot of information about what's going on. She's speaking obviously to Arthur and he's telling the stuff, and Tommy is I don't think Tommy's a big fan of her, to be honest. I seen last episode when Arthur said that he was having a baby. Tommy didn't really look that enthusiastic, and then obviously you see it here. It's just interesting to see this character coming in and try and change his brother, and I don't think Tommy actually likes it. But also as well, you look at Esme, obviously John's wife, she's kind of not happy with the situation as well. She's like 5 months pregnant. She's going to have a kid as well. She feels like she's locked up. She's cooped away. She wants to be out there. She's been travelling. Her old family, the way they done it, it was always on the move and travelling. He said they'll go and buy her a big house. She could do whatever she wants out, obviously in the sticks. And then obviously we've got Tommy here kind of building a relationship with Tatiana, and I feel like she likes him as well. She's willing to do whatever it takes for the mission, but I also think that maybe she's left in the dark in some aspects of it. She doesn't really know the true ins and out details, and she's just being used by her aunt to get Tommy kind of like to take part and to rock with it. Now, like I said, I do think it's interesting here now. Tommy's come and he's revealed the plan to these guys, the embassy people, because now they've got to come up with a decision. Are they going to attack it and like try and stop the transport of the armed vehicles? Tommy's trying to do it obviously to save his own family skin, because when this starts, it's going to be him that is going to be taking taking fire. It's going to be his people that are getting lost. And now obviously Tommy knows both sides. He knows information from here, information from here. He knows what's happening with the plan. It's like, what's he going to do? Is he going to play these and take the rubies and diamonds off them? Or is he going to side with these and then obviously side with them and pretend that it's going right and then let them fight themselves? I don't know. It's really interesting though, and obviously I can't wait to find out more. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please smash like, really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers guys.